Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba da na 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 na. Ba da 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 da. Ba da da da. Ba da da da. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Ba na na na. Ba ba ba. Ba na 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 na. Ah, I do see. Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Field Mission with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the Anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over a year and 3.5 months and counting, because that is right, the daily stream streak remains strong. I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next, I'd say, 30 minutes until there's some sort of disaster, to answer your burning questions and maybe take a tour of this crazy place that happens to be called METROCON 2026. And so before we begin any sort of actual Q&A, let me start by greeting first and foremost Sleepless Dragon. Congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e. congratulations on being first chatter. Alongside you, Silent Follower, Rune, Amazing, Rosemary, Creepypasta George Harrison, Senior Researcher Alex, Legendary Doge, Rebel Commander, Puppet Boy. Everyone who I've just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, interns, Elijah, Hunter Mark, Laser, LARPing, Rar Caution, Gebby, Goober TV. Hey, I saw you in person here at the con. Good to see you in the chat. As well as intern Husseini. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here just for being you. Now, today's thumbnail is a bit of a disappointing moment, but it can be spun as to a victory if you are paying attention to the actual facts of the matter. Now, yes, if you look at the thumbnail of today's video, you will see me, well, being stomped to death by several Spider's Mans. And of course, Spider's Mans are very powerful. It was probably not the wisest idea of me to try and securely contain and protect several Spider-Mans all at one time. Maybe I got a little overzealous, but I just want that damn webhead in a box so badly. And you know what? As you saw during my taser knife fight experience, I am pretty scrappy. This Florida man will not be kept down. So the fact that I am not actually dead, and I am still walking and talking today despite the severe superpowered beating I took earlier, is only just tantamount to an actual success that I lived. And even though it was a short-sighted plan, I'm still standing. So you're welcome for having the best site director in the SCP Foundation. Now, I will get to your donations along the course of the stream. I'm still doing a little bit of an intro. Still got some things to say. First and foremost, reminder, because I'm in the field, #1, I can't see the back channels. So I cannot look up any SCP documents. Everything we're talking about has to be off the dome. Secondly, I cannot see any donations that are under $2. The menu doesn't show it to me. So I thank you for your generosity. I just won't be able to do anything about the $2 or less donations. Third, hey, look at the swag I got from this convention. So first and foremost, someone made a brilliant "You in Box Now" fan art pin of Dr. Sherman. That is kind of amazing. Toad King gave me a mint green SCP logo. I think that looks pretty sharp. Rar Caution, you said my art. Was that you? Did you not introduce yourself? Or did someone use your art to make this button? What happened? Tell me more, Rar Caution. Furthermore, I was gifted this SCP Team Leader badge, as well as an SCP Foundation super kind of legit cosplay badge from booth 605 at this convention. If you happen to be at this convention, they gifted me merch, and so you can go check this out. Okay, Rar Caution, they used your art. Very good. So yes, they used your art for this button. It is your art though, so that's cool as well. So yes, we are swimming in SCP Foundation swag. I am still walking around with a litany of SCP Foundation stickers if anyone was to encounter me during this stream and or during the remainder of METROCON, because closing ceremonies is about 1.5 hours away. Then I would have stickers for you. That might be very nice for you. But in the meantime, hi chat, how are you doing? It's good to see you. The last 2 days we did in fact keep the stream streak strong, but I was unable to interact with the chat because we were doing the live streams. Now make sure that you go to the live video VODs here on the channel if you wish to see the VODs of our live panels yesterday. The first panel, I believe, had around 80 people in present. The second day had damn near 100 to 150 people. It was a bit insane. The SCP Foundation is certainly strong AF here at METROCON. Love to see it. Now, I did see a couple donations come in that I am going to answer real quick. First of all, intern Vladimir, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Please grab yourself a croissant on your way past the commissary. What would you order from 294? I answered this during one of the panels, actually, but I don't need 294 because we found on the database the perfect cup of tea machine. The perfect cup of tea machine, known as the Witch, is able to make a perfect cup of tea because it is a tea making machine imbued with the brain and nerve endings of a dead reality bender. Usually we would use that for a Scranton reality anchor. This time, a researcher abused their power to use it for tea. But it is a damn fine cuppa, I'll tell you that. Rosemary, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Please grab yourself a damn fine cuppa on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, I was doing some reading, and do you think we would have some room for 7044, the therapy bird in medical? Would we have the budget for that? I'm not familiar with the therapy bird anomaly, but I will look into it. Leave me an email in my containment processing inbox, and I will take the opportunity to see what kind of budget constraints that would require, what sort of containment protocols we would have to have in medical to make that possible. So how was getting beat up by Spider-Man was? Creepypasta George Harrison. I have already explained myself about the Spider-Man violence that was brought upon my body and my bones. We don't need to talk about that anymore. We are just fine without having to talk about the Spider-Man beatdown again. There's a floating hand spider behind you. That would actually be incredible if someone came to a con with a little puppet of a floating hand spider. We need to make that viral enough that people make the floating hand spider puppet for conventions. Because what I have seen a lot of is Rocky from Project Hail Mary. I've seen a lot of Iridians around the convention. They're basically spider monsters anyways, so what about a floating hand spider? That should be easy enough to make. So yes, maybe for your next anime convention that you go to, your next science fiction convention, you can be the one who brings the floating hand spider. And have someone dressed as me going around yelling about it, maybe. Me patiently waiting for a membership gift again. Encourage people, Dr. Sherman. Hey, I'm not saying you should donate memberships to the chat because user Ace would really, really like one. But I am saying that you should donate memberships to the chat because we need more members so that we can unlock the ability to use all of the excellent member emojis that Junior Researcher Sally made, but YouTube doesn't let you do that unless you have enough members. We need like 5,000 members to make that happen. And so, any gifted memberships would be very nice in that sense. Dr. Sherman, give your employees a raise. Intern Kaizen, I need a raise. The budgets have been slashed terribly by the overseers. So no, they get a raise when I get a raise. When I get a raise, they get a raise. I'm a fair cop. When I get a raise, they get a raise. But not until then. Can SCP-999 regenerate? You know, I don't know that we've... Yes, we can. We have studied that when we did Operation Asset Florida Orange, which is when we stuck 999 in a giant blender and utilized it for morale purposes in the food for SCP Foundation staff. We have to feed it more candy, and then it will regenerate, and then we can blend it again. That universe was really mean, now that I think about it. How do I hypothetically escape a containment? That's the neat thing, SCP-682-chan. You don't. You stay in the acid bath. How many members are there currently? Intern Railway Men. I know we're somewhere in the 300 to 500s, but the maximum amount that we need is 5,000. So it's going to take a minute, but every step helps. Philip November, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well. Be a member. Get yourself a Jambud juice on your way past the commissary. And you said have a coffee. I am, in fact, very, very tired. So yes, I will enjoy a coffee. Thank you for your generosity. Dear Dr. Sherman, what is the email of 051? That's classified. I'm not going to tell you that. Why would I tell you that? They would get so mad at me. And I do not need the budget slashed anymore. I tell you what. Yo, so 4666 is looking outside in my house. What do I do? Intern Jade, SCP-4666, codenamed the Yule Man, is only active in the winter season, the Christmas, New Year's time zone. It's only for a couple weeks a year, so that is just a regular old naked pervert outside your house. Call the police. Have you seen any SCPs on your adventure, sir? Intern Harry Hoft, I wonder if I have seen some SCPs. In fact, I wonder if this is one walking by me right now. I think that this might, in fact, be anomalous. I think I'm actively in danger. Oh, it's communicating. Very nice. Thank you for not murdering me live in front of my Foundation staff members. It is appreciated. Rosemary, thank you for donating again to say, Dr. Sherman, shh, they might hear you. We don't want to anger them again. Don't yell about the budget. Listen, okay? They need to know we have complaints, otherwise we can't rise up and get our demands met. Blue Phantom, thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a quiche on your way past the commissary, but only if you have the responsibility to handle it. Someone gave 999 soda yesterday when I was on break. It's still loose and has a certain doctor's truck is gone again. Also, how are the pets of interest in your day and Goose Day? I forgot to S them. Blue Phantom, I believe everyone is doing quite well pets-wise. Obviously, I'm out of the state right now. I'm off-site, so I would need to ask them. Furthermore, yes, I am glad I don't have to clean up the 999 slime all over the walls thanks to someone handing it soda. Please get to work on that. Intern small something, because YouTube does not tell me what your full name is there, but thank you for sending 6-7 stars to the chat. I'm sure many of them were frustrated in a comical manner. Dear Dr. Sherman, who's your favorite O5 council member? None of the above. None of the above. They are not I don't have a favorite because that would imply that the others are lesser and they would get mad and slash my budget even more. Hey, Site 42 staff, would you like to take a quick lap around the floor of METROCON? Would you like to see what I've been dealing with all weekend? Why don't we take a little wander? I'm just going to wait to flip this camera before I get through this entry gate. Hello, hello. Badges. Welcome to the convention floor. I hear Mulan in the distance. With all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. A stranger litany of anomalies you have never seen. We have Asgardians present, the whole delegation of weird. And nobody's putting them in boxes. It's such a shame. All of these could be so well researched. There is so much science we could be doing. Combination Goku Luffy, otherwise known as a Gokufi. Do you want me to call the mobile task force in, Doc? Intern Harry Hoff, I have been told specifically not to do that. I've been ordered just to observe, but not to engage. Containment procedures around here would not be welcomed. And I tell you what, their security here is awful mean. I don't think our mobile task force would stand a chance, honestly.
How do I get up? Like, what are you supposed to do?
You will not believe how many times I have said, "Oh my God, is that SCP-166? How did you get out of containment?" But it wasn't. It was some sort of holiday girl or something. Holiday deer girl or something. It's very confusing. They look just the same. Well, it's not an SCP convention, but the SCPs are definitely present and in force. Let's see what's happening down the second hallway. All of these conventions, frickin' demons. All right, for one moment. Armed and ready. Of course, one must note that this is the Sunday of the convention, so this is when everyone is very tired and the least people are present. Yesterday, you could not walk through these freaking halls. It was a little bit insane. fact, I don't see enough anomalies down that way to merit continuing down the way. What the hell's going on here? Intern Russell. Obviously, we're taking a quick walk of the floor of the METROCON event. Show you guys what I've been dealing with. You have too many weapons. Or not enough weapons. I haven't decided yet. Was that Shinduo from Blue Lock? SCP-682-chan? I don't know what that is, so I do not know the answer. Perhaps if you were to rewind the VOD, you would find the answers you seek by looking at it a second time. Are they armed like mobile task forces? Well, I have encountered many members of the mobile task force throughout the weekend. I gave away many stickers. And they were particularly well armed. I probably should have rallied some of them to help me with the Spider-Men. What would the gender-switching stone do to a non-binary person? Intern Jade? It is known in the documentation for SCP-113, if you read it, that 113 has unpredictable effects on non-binary identities. It turned one of our researchers into a shape-shifting cat girl. So, yeah, it's a bit risky outside the standard binary. The 682 versus 343 title was deleted because of its author. Oof. Ouch. Hate that. Man. Also, 343 erased 682 from existence in 9743, which came out during this last Confield mission. Oh, geez. All right, I have to remember to note to self 9743 to see what the sequel is. Why is SCP-682 afraid of SCP-173? Well, it's afraid in as much as it wants to live and not die, and so it will defend itself, utilizing anomalous means as it evolves to defend itself. I mean, it's not superpowered and going to take over the world. It just wants to kill all humans and live. The unharnessed reptile just wants to live, not be in pain, and to murder. Where is this METROCON being held? Intern Harry Hoff, this is at the Tampa Convention Center in Tampa, Florida. Hey, Dr. Sherman, good to see you. You are well rested. Quick Slux, I don't know what stream you're watching, but this is not a well-rested Dr. Sherman. This is a very subdued, tired Dr. Sherman, which means I will not accept any nonsense. Is that why it is so angry all the time? Because it's in pain all the time. Yes, Intern Rosemary, that's exactly why. Being in our dimension causes it pain. Everyone always asks, why does it stay in the acid bath if it can just evolve to not be burned by the acid? It's because the acid bath isn't meant to stop it because it's destroying it, although it does do that and helps us. It's because the acid bath actually feels better than the rest of our dimension. It's like a hot tub to 682. Monster Check, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a cronut on your way past the commissary. Hi, sorry I'm late. I'm going to Florida tomorrow. Hope Steve is ready to fight demons. Well, Steve has been fighting his demons for a long time in therapy, so hopefully that'll be some good prior training. Sigma Ohio, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Please grab yourself some chicken wings on your way past the commissary. Yo, what's up? How you been? Also, did you look into the community yet? Look into the community yet? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I have, in fact, looked into the METROCON community, and there have been some good times had here at the METROCONs. This community is pretty cool. I mean, barring all the anomalies that I'd really rather have not walking around on the loose, but there's only so much I can do about that right now. You remind me of Moriarty from Sherlock. In what way do I remind you of that supervillain? Be careful with your answer here. Dr. Sherman, who's your favorite SCP? SCP-682 Chan, I always tell you my favorite SCPs at the end of stream. It's kind of a tradition. So you can, if you want to know sooner, you can donate and ask. Or you can go to the end of a previous stream, not one of the live ones, I didn't do it the last 2 days, but a normal stream, and you'd be able to find out there. Or you can just wait till the end of stream, because this is a short stream. We're probably going to end in about 5 minutes. Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say, I'm currently in the medical bay. It ain't fun. I'm sorry to hear it, and I hope that medical patches you up and you recover soon. Dr. Sherman, how is Brian treating you? Well, the good news is so that I was okay with both Brian and my trip walking throughout the second convention in 2 weeks. I've been handed some very powerful drugs, and so I'd feel fine. Thank you, medical. Also, don't do drugs unless they're from medical. And even then, responsibly. Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say, got my ass beat by a demon. That is a teapot. I hope Steve is ready. A teapot demon? What does that even entail? Did it pour hot tea on you? Are you scalded? Rosemary, thank you for donating again to say, Dr. Sherman, I escaped from psych for this briefing. Don't tell them I don't want to go back. You know, we at the Foundation follow proper protocols. That includes medical, that includes psychiatric. Get back there. Is there a guide on how to write an SCP? Yes, intern Luma. You would want to go to the SCP database's front page, and in the top left corner, you will find a list of introductory things you should read. And then along the top line of the page, you'll see resources, and resources and guides includes a how to write an SCP guide. Go read those and learn what you want to know. Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say, it threw hundreds of punches per second. A teapot did. With what arms? It's a teapot. I'm very confused by what you've said here. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I just beat SCP Containment Breach before yesterday. Well, congratulations on your gaming achievement, the Sam. But that only means that now you are ready to take the training wheels off and deal with an actual containment breach. Best of luck. Monster Check, thank you for donating in to say, it's a demon with the head of a teapot. Are you saying the demon's head is a teapot? Are you saying it has the head of a teapot, which is that little part with the lid? That's the head of the teapot. Is it wearing it like a hat? I still don't understand. Hey, Doctor, I saw your panel Friday, at least part of it. It was fun. I'm glad to hear that, intern Star Wars collector. Did you see it online, or were you present here at the convention center? Either way, thank you for watching. Not gonna lie, I thought you wasn't able to read donations 2 hours or under. Journey of Games, I did misspeak earlier. While I can read them, I have to go to a separate menu because YouTube's interface will not tell me about it. So if you donate under $2, I have to actually go to a secret menu to check. And because I'm a kind site director, I have been going to check. So you're welcome for my responsibility here as a YouTuber. Clickslux, thank you for donating to say, I escaped from the medical bay today, 008 infected me. Well, we're not going to put you back in medical, we're just going to shoot you. So best of luck. Don't get infected with a zombie virus if you don't want to get shot. Furthermore, I guess grab yourself a soda pop on your way to your execution. Monster Check, thank you for donating in to say, I meant tea kettle. The head is the actual kettle. Okay, finally, I understand what you're talking about. Okay, but, I mean, so the demon and its head is a tea kettle. Is this a reference to something? I still don't know what's up. Intern Moyer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself, I guess, some insulation on your way past the walls that you live inside. You live in people's walls, I guess. Good for you. It doesn't seem like a very comfortable place to live. Dr. Sherman is lost. I will admit, Rosemary, people are saying some stranger things than usual. And so I am understanding a lot less of what chat is talking about today. Has anyone come up to you yet? Over the course of this convention, I have been stopped a lot. There are a whole lot of SCP Foundation and specifically Site 42 fans here at METROCON. It has been super dope. We, myself and Toad King, gave away so many SCP Foundation stickers. I am out of the custom stickers that Eric gave me, and I have a litany of other stickers still to give away if you happen to encounter me at this convention in the next 1 hour before closing ceremonies. You have 1 hour remaining, chat. Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say, yes, it's a reference to something. Look up Cesus from the Battle Bricks. That's a visual description of what it is. Well, I cannot do that right now because, again, no back channels. But perhaps, once I am finished with stream, I can take a quick look at your Cesus. Is this entity perhaps very, very strong? Big arms? I'm thinking wrestler bod with big JoJo punches. Is that what we're talking about here? I'm just trying to guess from the fact that it threw multiple hundreds of punches in seconds. That seems like the kind of thing where it would be a big hulking man with teapot head. It's... Anomalous entities are very weird. Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say, well, not right now, obviously. Ah, thank you for clarifying. That does make sense. I stole SCP-999. How, pray tell, did you do that? I want you to elaborate to me, intern, how you stole SCP-999. It is the size of a couch. You didn't smuggle it out under your shirt. It is large. Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say, yeah, that kind of describes it. All right, I mean, these anomalous entities, if they're going to be doing what they do, you can kind of predict their properties after a while. You can kind of predict their appearances. It's strange. There are a lot of anomalies out there, but a lot of them are alike. Oh, me oh my. It seems the torrential downpour hath begun. A random flash flood cleaning up the anomalous waste that has come from the convention to make sure that normalcy is maintained for the general public. Very good. We can swing, pun intended, this story as propaganda against the Spider-Mans. Puppet Boy, that is a brilliant idea. I do believe that we should spin this as a useful piece of propaganda against the Spider-Mans. Please start a write-up, and we will workshop it over the course of the coming weeks and my return to Site 42. Have you watched the new Spider-Man movie? Not yet, silent follower, but it is on my list of things to do during this trip for a little bit of downtime. I was never briefed on SCP-1678. Intern person, were you supposed to be? I don't know why you would need that. And if you were, you should do something about it. Clickslux, thank you for donating again to say, does 008 and 049-2 have similar properties? Well, in that they are zombies. One of them is, in fact, how I say, made by a bacteria or virus. One of them is made by a plague doctor. So, they are different in that way. Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say, well, gotta go. Medical bay's having an emergency of some kind, not sure what. Well, help them clean it up if you please. Intern Absolute, Sci-Fi Nerd, thank you for sending a star to the chat. The chat is a lot more active than last time. Well, Mr. Ant, that does make sense because I'm actually able to communicate with the chat. I imagine you all would talk more if I am available to talk too. I just feel like that is a more useful communication effort. I do hope you enjoyed the questions and the interactions from the live panels, even if you were not able to communicate to me at the time, and that the VODs are a good form of entertainment regardless. A special event, so to speak. How are you, Dr. Sherman? I'm curious because I missed one too many streams because it's night when you stream. Yes, Dr. Moonston, we have been... Well, first of all, I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. Secondly, yes, the schedule is rather erratic, but we do our best with what we've got. Absolute Sci-Fi Nerd, thank you for sending a doubloon to the chat. I'm sure they'll spend it wisely. But Site-42 staff, I do believe this is a good time for me to round off this briefing. I definitely have to attend closing ceremonies and handle a few more things here on site before the convention finishes. So, Site-42 staff, hold on, Rosemary, thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman, is that the amnestic rain we ordered? It possibly might be. I would have to check. I'm not going to check myself. That would probably be bad for me remembering what I'm supposed to be doing the rest of the day. But maybe I'll observe a couple of these people running about and we'll see what they remember. We'll do an interview, excerpt interview. Site-42 staff, I would normally do the long outro, but, you know, I'm in the field, I'm in a hurry, and so I actually streamed a little longer than I was supposed to. So at the end of the day, as always, Site-42 staff, be safe, be well. Thank you for your support, both in funding, if you are able to do so, and as a member of Mobile Task Force Site-42 coding the signal boosters. And as always, secure, contain, protect. Dr. Sherman, signing off from METROCON 2026.